So we are finishing up a series on what proper physical fitness training is and isn't in the Friday value videos. And we've talked about all the different types of physical fitness training, and we are currently finishing up on balance training, what it is and what it isn't. We talked about instability and age versus time-related loss of stability. And I gave a little insight onto assistive devices, and I hope that this helps a lot of you. Last week, we covered the benefits of balance training, of which there are some very high quality benefits that everybody would like in their life, as long as they are above ground. And I talked about a critical predictor for longevity is the length of time a person can stand on one leg. And I do hope I hope you heard what I said and didn't hear what I didn't say. I didn't say that you needed to be able to do that to have longevity. That is just something that they've seen in the data, mainly because if somebody's really weak and really unstable and they can't do that, they've probably got a lot of health issues. They're probably got a lot of other stuff going on medically. And so their longevity is going to be impacted. It's not just the fact they can't stand on one leg. There's a lot of other things going on, just like people who fall and injure themselves and end up having what we would consider an early death within a year. Well, that really didn't have a lot to do with the fall. Typically, it had more to do with the fact that the reason they fell is because they were so declined and had so many medical issues going on that more than likely they would have passed within a year anyway. The fall was just the little bit of the icing on the cake, so to speak. So I just wanted to be clear there. But this week, I want to talk about mobility. Now, you can see these movements here. This is taking steps and how mobile. So stepping to the left, how mobile is this hip at abducting? Taking a step forward, how mobile is that right hip, which you can't see here, extending? Here, taking a step to the left, turning, and how mobile is this hip in external rotation? Now, these are not the only things that are being assessed here. We're assessing pronation, we're assessing supination, we're assessing adduction and abduction of the knees, we're assessing rotation of the trunk, all kinds of movements of the shoulders, flexion, extension, just adduction, abduction, cross-body motions, everything is being assessed here. And in this one here, coming down, this is assessing the back hip. How well is that flexion happening? So, and of course, the trunk. So these movements are assessing mobility. But here's a way to assess stability. Instead of actually stepping and putting the foot down, we turn, and this foot just kind of hovers over the floor. It doesn't actually bear weight. You can see here, it's just hovering. It's not bearing weight. So how well does this side of the body control this rotation? That's stability. Controlling a position once it's been disrupted from the original position. So starting off looking forward, both feet pointed forward, and then turning the body, disrupting that position, but maintaining stability and not falling, and being able to come back to the original starting position without losing balance, also regaining position once it's been disrupted. That's stability. Bending down and just waving that foot close to the floor. That's stability. And that's what we want. And as I said last week, stability, it strategically enhances all that we do. It has to be trained in motion, not in stillness. It is not rigidity. It is fluidity with control. Now, there's three components to balance: your vestibular or your inner ear, your visual, your eyes, being able to see things. If you stand still and you close your eyes and you start to wave a little bit, you're counting a little more on your visual than is healthy. And I mean, think about people who are completely blind, who do everything and they don't lose their balance when they walk across the floor. So you don't need your vision to have good balance or to be stable. But a lot of people count on their vision. So as they get older, as their vision declines, so does their balance. What we want is movement to use that proprioceptive communication, the nerve cells in the body that tell your brain where you are in space. And I'm going to close with this. Dance is one great way to work on balance. And if you've attended any of my events, you know that I love to show some video clips of people dancing. And I've shown you some that would just put a grin on your face from ear to ear and light you up, watching these people enjoying dancing, no matter their age. So I do hope this series has benefited you in some way. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, hit like, and you'll be notified of any new videos that come out. But if you have not watched this series in its entirety, I would encourage you to do so. And I do hope that you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.